Alright, so jumping straight into one of the first things that I wish I knew when I first got started with my e-commerce business is to make sure that I study and learn the rules of the platform that I was selling on. And what I mean by this is that whether you're looking to sell products on eBay, Amazon, even Shopify, wherever you're looking to sell, you just need to make sure that you understand the rules of what you should be doing and what you shouldn't be doing. So for example, if we take a look at eBay, as you guys can see over here, they've got their selling policies and they break down exactly what's allowed on their platform and what you need to be aware of. Whether it's their selling practices policy, whether it's their tax policy, whether it's their prohibited and restricted items policy, you need to make sure that you go through all of these different policies if you're thinking about selling on eBay. Same thing goes with Amazon. If you're thinking about selling on this platform, as you guys can see, they've got their own selling policies and seller code of conduct. In the beginning stages of me building up my Amazon business, I ended up getting it shut down for a month or two with thousands of dollars held in my balance because I made such a simple mistake that could have been avoided if I just read through their seller code of conduct. Even if you're looking to build your own website using something like Shopify, you need to make sure that you do the exact same thing. So with me, I like to use Google Shopping Ads or Google search ads with my Shopify stores. So what I tend to do is go through all of the Google ad policies, read through it, see exactly what I'm allowed to do. As you guys can see right here, they don't like it when you sell counterfeit goods. They don't like it when you sell specific dangerous products or services. They've got a whole list of different things that you need to avoid doing. Otherwise, you can end up getting your ad account banned. Okay, so moving on to the second thing that I wish someone told me when I first got started building up my e-commerce business to my first 6 figures is that you need to make sure that you're focused on building a relationship with just one supplier initially. And just to give you a quick example of what I personally look out for when it comes to me deciding on what supplier to use for any new e-commerce business that I'm thinking about starting, first things first, I start off on Alibaba.com. And for those of you that don't know exactly what Alibaba is, it's a website where you're going to be able to essentially find various different suppliers that are mainly based in China. So this is where majority of e-commerce business owners come to when it comes to them finding a supplier that they're going to use over the long term. And the way that it works is very simple. All you're going to do is come over to the search bar just like this and type in any item that you're thinking about selling. So in this example, I've typed in dog jacket. One of the first things that I'm going to look out for is the amount of years that the supplier has been on Alibaba.com. And I like to make sure that it's ideally over 4 years, maybe 5 years minimum. And the second thing that I like to look out for on this page is whether or not they're verified. And what this basically means is that a third party company has gone there to inspect their warehouse, inspect the products that they're claiming that they sell, and also to make sure that they're a real company. So by going with a verified supplier, you're essentially reducing your chances of you getting scammed. But there's a third thing that I like to double check before I decide on using any one of these suppliers, and that's to make sure that they are an expert in the type of items that I'm looking to sell and the brand that I'm looking to build. And the way that you're going to find out that information is by clicking into the company profile, and the way that you're going to do that is, for example, by clicking on the product link just like that. Then what you're going to do is click on the name of the company right here, and as you guys can see, they're selling products from various different categories. They're selling these fitness bottles, they're selling these kitchen bar accessories. They've got all of these different items from all of these different categories, which shows me that they're not really an expert with the type of items that I'm looking to sell. And in this example, I'm obviously looking to build a store around dog products. So what I tend to do when it comes to me trying to find the best supplier is that I just click into every single one of these different products over here. So let's click into this one over here. Yep, so this one definitely focuses solely on dog/pet products. So if I was looking to build this type of business, this may be the supplier that I go with. And this is the step-by-step method that you guys should also follow. You need to make sure that whatever supplier that you go with is an expert for the type of products that you're looking to sell. And you also want to make sure that you're going to be able to buy all of your products from the one supplier so that you're going to be able to ultimately reduce your shipping cost as well as your cost per unit. All right, guys, so we're on the third thing that you need to know and you need to apply to your e-commerce business if you want to get to your first 6 figures as soon as possible, which is that you need to make sure that you're focused on growing your inventory base week after week, month after month. And for those of you that are confused when I say inventory base, what this basically means is that you need to try and add as many products to your business as often as possible. And of course, you don't want to go too crazy on this from day one before you've even fully understood how an e-commerce business actually works. But from the moment that you start getting your initial sales and you start making profit, you want to make sure that you're reinvesting that back into more and more products so that you're going to be able to increase your inventory base for the main purpose of having more items for more customers to buy from you, which will obviously help you increase your revenue. I noticed that when I first started and I had around 10 products available, I was able to make, let's say, $500 every single month. When I now doubled the amount of products I had, I was now able to make, let's say, $1,000 every single month. And the more products I kept adding, the more money I was able to make. And that's why if we take a look at one of my eBay stores, I've got around 2,482 active listings on this one particular store. And if we also take a look at one of my Amazon stores, I've got around 94 products available in this store. And in one of my Shopify stores, I've got over 184 different products. But the key is to make sure that you're focused on adding winning products that people are actively searching for and customers are actively buying. The ultimate goal is to make sure that at least 95% of the items that are available in your store are high quality, high performing, winning products. Alright, so moving on to the fourth thing that I did that would definitely help you out on your own journey is to make sure that you're studying your biggest competition. And when I say study your biggest competition, what I mean by this is that you want to look at exactly what they're doing that's helping them be in the position that they're in, and you also want to try and replicate that and apply it to your own business. This is something that I did anyway, and it's something that I've repeated many times on this channel because it was probably one of the biggest things that allowed me to completely change my life, quit my full-time job, and do my e-commerce business full-time. And just to give you an example of what I'm talking about, let's say if I'm thinking about selling dog carriers, or I'm already selling dog carriers in my pet brand that I'm looking to build up, what I may do is look at the first seller in the results, which is this one over here. So I'm just going to click into it just like that. Straight away I can see that they've sold over 17,000 different units, and I can see that 9 people have watched it in the last 24 hours. Now what I would do from this point is look at exactly why so many people are buying this particular item from them if I'm also selling the exact same one. And the key things that I would look at is the type of images that they've used. So straight away we can see that they've used a main image where they're showcasing all of the different colors of the dog carriers that they're selling. So this may be something that I might want to do with my own listing as well. One of the next things that I might do is click into their actual shop, and I may want to see exactly how they've structured things, how they've branded themselves, and why people are buying from them. So straight away we can see that the name of their store is called Huggle Pets, which of course automatically allows any consumer that comes across their store to know exactly what type of items they're selling. I can also see that they're offering 60-day returns. Most e-commerce businesses tend to offer 14-day, maybe 30-day max when it comes to their return policy, but they're offering 60-day returns, so this might be something that's allowing them to make so much money from this one product. And the main point that I'm trying to make with all of this is that you want to try and study your biggest competition, see exactly what they've done with their business to allow them to be so successful, and apply those same strategies to your own business so that you can increase your chances of allowing yourself to get to the top of your game like your biggest competition was able to do. And finally, moving on to one of the last things that I want to leave you guys with when it comes to building, growing, and scaling your e-commerce business is to make sure that you don't give up too soon. And this is a very important thing that you need to remember. One of the things that allowed me to get to the point of starting my e-commerce store, quitting my full-time job, traveling the world to various different amazing locations is the fact that I didn't give up too soon, and anytime that I did give up, I got right back into it the very next day. Things may get difficult, things may get really hard, but as long as you've made sure to strategize your plan and you've also got the belief to know that you can make your plan come to reality, you need to make sure that you work at it every single day. But of course, there's a lot more that goes into building an e-commerce business. I just wanted to give you guys the 5 basic things that I wish someone told me when I first started, because it would have kind of simplified the entire process for me and allowed me to reach my goals a lot sooner. But if you want to watch a completely free webinar where I go into a little bit more details as to how I was able to make my first $1,000 per day with one of my first ever e-commerce businesses, then make sure you click the first link in the description down below to watch that free webinar. And if you also want to watch another YouTube video that I made not too long ago where I break down some other important things that you need to know when it comes to building your e-commerce business if you're a complete beginner, then make sure you click the link right there. Check that video out straight after this one because it's already helped out so many people, and I'm sure that it's going to help you out too. Alright guys, I'll see you on the next one. Make sure you stay safe out there. Peace.